doctors. They are required to be doctors. They have to go to a lot of schooling, and they have to pay a lot of money, and they know what they're doing, and they're trying now to get people, rather than going to your regular medical doctor, first, you can go straight to a physical therapist.
Yep.
They are a doctor. Go see them first.
You need a referral if
But you can get
you need a referral if you have Medicare. You don't need a referral for a lot of other providers. So it all depends. So depending on where you go, and if the provider is either in network or out of network.
Like Anthem Blue Cross, you don't need to go see your regular physician.
In many cases, yeah.
To go to the physical therapist.
Correct.
You do need to go.
No. So in some cases you might, if that company is an in-network provider, meaning they contract with the insurance company. But in many cases you don't. So California state law, and actually in all 50 states, there is direct access for physical therapy. So you do not need it. By law, you don't need a referral. The only reason the referral is actually needed is because if that company that you want to go to, if that physical therapist that you want to go to is contracted with an insurance company, sometimes the insurance company says, oh, you need a referral. Right. But legally, you don't need a referral. Yeah.
So now I have two questions.
Yes.
Let's say my deductible is $400.
Yeah.
And I know my injury is not life-threatening fire, but I want help.
Yep.
And I want to just come spend my $400 with you and skip the insurance. Because I'm going to have to pay it.
Yep.
If I go to an orthopedist,
Yep.
then I get the MRI.
You don't need to go to a doctor.
I know, so
Yeah.
I can come here with my $400.
Yes, you can.
And get as much information of help about what I'm doing wrong or right, or how to alleviate
Correct.
stress and feeling,
Correct.
and walk out
Correct.
improved.
Yes.
My other question is, in your back pain scenario for lifting,
Mhm.
you're an expert, not all of us are, but can you give like 2 examples where you could go through the toast way and slowly help yourself back to better movement
Yeah.
and strength, or the panic, you're getting your disc yanked out, and you just put it in.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta do this.
Yeah. So a lot of people think that lifting heavy or lifting something heavy is inherently dangerous and bad for you, and that it is going to blow out the disc in your back. It's going to do all these terrible things. That is the reason I titled this presentation "Bringing Us to the 21st Century" is because that is from the 20th century. That is from the 19th century. Like, that is old information. Now, we might have that understanding that that is the case, and we might even have some instances where we lifted something heavy and it really hurt, right? But that doesn't mean that what everyone has told us from the 20th century is true, right? So what we know now is that our bodies are very, very resilient, and even if we did have pain with lifting something heavy, that's something that can improve over time. So to answer your question of like what I would do, number one, if I knew that it wasn't something that was dangerous, so I didn't have progressive neurological symptoms, so like number one would be bowel and bladder loss. If I have trouble going to the bathroom and it's getting worse, that's a problem. If I have worsening numbness and tingling and it's getting worse, that's a problem. If I have loss of reflexes and it's getting worse, that's a problem. So those things are an indication that there's something more going on and that you might need to go either get an injection or get some imaging done to see what's going on. But if that is not happening and you lifted something heavy and you strained your back, then the best thing to do, stay active. Okay? It doesn't mean that you go right back to lifting the same amount of weight. That might mean you just go for walks now. You go for walks, you start doing leg press. You're going to see a few videos that I send. There's a lot of different yoga videos, so child's pose, back extensions, a lot of different exercises that can just get you moving. So really the best thing to do, stay moving, stay active. Find things that you're able to do.
You could have gotten just as injured picking this up.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, absolutely. Anita, what's
I
going
want
on?
to piggyback a little bit, because if you just go to a doctor and you say, this is happening, because of compliance and how good we are at following instruction, and you're not so low, doctors can tend to go to the extreme panic route.
Yeah.
Because there's that meme, change your lifestyle line, and see the doctor line, and
Yeah.
the doctor line is filled.
Yeah.
And the change your lifestyle line is one person. But because of our lack of compliance as individuals, doctors can tend to go to that panic route for us even. But when we take charge and really commit to our own well-being and commit to maybe what the best course of action is for us, is when those doors really open up.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, Don.
What are like some of the basic things most anyone could do just to keep movement going? And it's like pain actions, like walking or some simple kind of exercise. You don't need a lot of equipment to do.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. What would you suggest there? Is there something that's general that's almost universal?
Universal walking, right? Walking. I mean, some people have some pain with walking, right? And that stops them from doing it. But if you can walk and you're able to do it comfortably, even if you have to use like a cane or something like that, but you're still able to get out and move, that's a universal one, even just going for walks. I mean, it's not only a benefit for our cardiovascular system, for our muscular system, for our bones, it's also for mental clarity, right? So walking is a big one. And really going back to one of those slides, choosing something that you enjoy. So usually people have at least one thing that they enjoy doing. Not everybody enjoys going for walks, not everybody enjoys running, but some people might enjoy swimming, some people might enjoy lifting. So that would be number one, definitely, is walking. And then there's also various home exercises you can do at home too. So like I'd like to have a lot of people do deadlifts, and you can even do air squats at home, just like basic squats at home. Being able to get up out of a chair is a huge thing. There are various ability levels here today, so obviously that's going to change that's going to change the intensity of exercise. No? There's the intensity of exercise, yeah.
Can you demonstrate an air squat?
I can demonstrate an air squat. Okay, so you can do it a variety of ways, right? But the way that I'm going to show, just like this. Thank you. He's also a physical therapist, so he taught me everything I know about home health. So that's in Hollister, yeah. So that is an air squat. So really, the main thing, and I've worked with some of you here doing air squats. And what does everybody stand up if you can, if you're comfortable with it. If you're comfortable with it, no pressure. And if you can squat down, great. If you need to use a chair, that's also fine. Like you can squat down to your chair. The main thing is a hip hinge, right? So a lot of people try to like sit down like this, like, oh, I got to do a squat? Okay, I'm going to go like this. It's a hip hinge. So everyone put your hands on your hips. Good. Man, I love telling people what to do. It's great. All right. Push your butt back. Push your butt back. Keep your chest up. Oh man, that is beautiful. Look at that. So those two cues. If you push your butt back and keep your chest up and then come back up, that is a squat. You just did a squat. Now I can't watch everybody here since I'm tethered to my device, as you can see. But that is a squat, right? So the main thing here is to make sure that you're not falling backwards or falling forwards. So if you're falling backwards, that means you need to push your butt back more. If you're falling forwards, bring your chest up a little bit more, okay? Even just doing that daily, You can even do like a set of 10, 2 sets of 10, just to start with. If you're used to doing that, if you're doing that a lot, you can progress that. You can even do 3 sets. You can start adding weight to it. So it's all just relative to where your fitness levels are. Yeah. You can all have a seat. Yeah. Anything else? Yes.
Do you have like a mental checklist that you go through, like when you rolled your ankle? Like, for example, a long time ago, I was playing soccer, got blasted in the ankle.
Yeah.
Hurt a lot. Realized I didn't break it, but like it was bearable and tolerable, and maybe that's just a pain tolerance thing. But fast forward years later, I still have some degree of sensitivity in it where it's like I noticed that I hurt it a while ago.
Yeah.
So in avoiding that with future injuries, it obviously wasn't a fire, but at the same time, I didn't rehab it properly.
Sure.
Because it was just okay enough. So what do you go through to determine, like, to what degree you're hurt and what do you need to do about it?
Okay. Yes, I do have a mental checklist. So in that instance, number one, like let's use my rolling the ankle example. So number one, it happened, right? And it really hurts. So first thing, center myself. Like, okay, it hurts, but let's think about this for a second. So that is step number one, because if you can't get to that step, you can't get to any of the other steps, right? Number two is with the rolled ankle example, I kept running, right? So my checklist was number one, okay, let's think about this. Number two, let me see if I can keep going.